Well, hello everybody. As I always say, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time of the day it is for you. We have not been together for the last 2 weeks, Taryn and I. I'm Eva Marie Everson, the director of Florida Christian Writers Conference, and
I'm Taryn Souders. I am the co-director of the Florida Christian Writers Conference.
so it's been 2 weeks. I went away.
I stayed. But
Yeah,
I'll be
but you're
going
going
away.
away. You're going away eventually. No, I went up to Indiana. I taught at Taylor University. I do want to say something about that in just a moment. I taught at Taylor University. I stayed with Michelle Medlock Adams like for one night. Then we went up to Taylor, stayed there. Then we came back, just rip roaring time the whole time we were there.
Sure.
Came back and to her house, and then we spent like one night, and then I packed again, and we went to a place called Madison, Indiana, which is like it just looks like a Hallmark movie should be taking place there. It's so wonderful, except that it was about 800 degrees the whole time we were there. It was
800 degrees here in Florida. You missed nothing.
It was so unbelievably hot. I couldn't stand it. I mean, we were like literally just walking from shadow to shadow, just like, oh, there's a shadow from a tree just right over there real quick.
Oh, no.
Pretty hot, pretty hot. Heat index around, 110, 111, just crazy, crazy hot. And then we went back to Bedford, which is where she lives, and spent the next 2 days working on a book proposal. Now, I'm throwing that out there because for two reasons. Number one, we all hate doing book proposals.
Yes, we do.
They are the hardest part of the writing process. I mean, I would rather write 100,000 words novel
Right.
than to write one book proposal. There are people that you can pay like literally thousands of dollars to do your own book proposal. That's crazy to me, but I get it at some point. I definitely get that. But also because I'm throwing this out here because we have a book proposal studio at the Florida Christian Writers Conference, which is an add-on to what you would typically do, and that takes place starting on Wednesday. Wednesday is the overview. A lot of people panic because like I also signed up for the AI class or the
Right.
marketing class or Michelle's children's picture book boot
Mhm.
camp. Yeah. So how am I going to do all this or the fiction intensive? How am I going to do this? Don't worry about Wednesday. Wednesday is just an overview. Really, the whole kit and caboodle starts on Thursday for anyone who needs to know that. But you're going to walk in, with what you need in your head,
Hopefully.
hopefully. Right, hopefully. And then you're going to walk out with a book proposal, and you're going to understand the components of a book proposal, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, because they are different. And I
Yeah.
know this is taught by Edie Melson. She's just brilliant at this, and she has Blythe Daniel, who is typically it's either Blythe or somebody, an agent, come in and talk about this from the agent's perspective. So that's always very helpful. But anyway, if you haven't signed up for that and you're thinking, oh my gosh, that is the continuing class that I want to take. It's Thursday afternoon for 2 hours, Friday morning, Saturday morning, Sunday morning for 2 hours. So it's an 8 hour class. Then go back and check into that.
Do it.
Ah, we have some other things to talk about on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Taryn, I've talked enough. Take it away.
So Wednesday tends to be a confusing day for some people, and that's probably because this is when you can show up and check in. However, some of you shouldn't.
Right, right.
um,
Not until time two. Yeah.
it's time to. So please know that while the conference does start on Wednesday, that is only for people who have paid for the fiction intensive or Michelle Medlock Adams boot camp, or they're coming in the afternoon. Anyone, you're welcome to come if you have signed up Wednesday through Sunday or Wednesday through Saturday, whatever. You are welcome to come anytime after 1 o'clock. Is that correct, Eva?
At 1:15
Okay.
typically,
All right.
things start, yeah, based on what time it starts for you, what time
Okay.
your workshop is.
Right.
Now, if you are if you are a Wednesday through Sunday and you signed up for, let's say, the intensive or for Michelle's boot camp, etc., you can come in, you can bring your luggage into the lobby area, but you can't check into your room until
Right.
3 o'clock. I think
Yeah.
it's 3 o'clock. So we can find out more about that later. But just know that if you show up right after lunch and you're not signed up for anything on Wednesday, other than just I'm a Wednesday through Sunday person,
Right.
um, that you won't be able to check into your room necessarily right away. You might, who knows? We never know.
Yeah, that's
So,
right. Just like when you go to any hotel, sometimes your room's ready,
right,
sometimes it's not. So,
exactly. Yeah.
the ones that if you signed up Wednesday through Saturday and you're like, I want to attend some classes, the ones you're able to attend is the pitch workshop, the pitch studio, and that's taught by Edwina Perkins.
Yes.
Um,
And it's free.
and it's free, yeah. And then is there another free one, or is that the only free one? My mind has suddenly gone blank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
Yours and mine went blank at the same time. I
I
think
think
that's
it's the only.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
that's the
Just
only
a,
free
that's
one.
it. Yeah.
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 So again, please keep in mind if you're signed up Wednesday through whatever day, you are more than welcome to show up, but don't show up until after 1:15. Every year we have people that show up at 11:30, 12 o'clock.
We have no lunch for you because you were not signed up for
Right.
lunch.
Lunch is
Yeah.
not included on
No.
Wednesday. Wednesday through Saturday, Wednesday through Sunday does not include your lunch. It includes your dinner. So if you do, let's say you're flying in and you get in at 10 o'clock in the morning, or you get in sometime in the early afternoon, there are some wonderful places to eat in downtown Mount Dora and in Eustis and in Tavares. And those are three little towns. They're all like bam, 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 right next to each other. Cute little antique towns. You're going to
Yes,
find some delicious food there. Grab
absolutely.
lunch there and then come and check in at the conference center sometime after 1:15.
Yeah, you're talking about a, 10, 15 minute,
Yeah.
drive after that. And seriously, for anyone who's never been in the area, Mount Dora, Tavares, and Eustis, they're what we call bedroom communities. A lot of people live there, but then they drive into, let's say, Orlando or into DeLand, some of the smaller, some of the, I'm sorry, larger towns
Yeah.
to work, but they want to live in these charming bedroom communities. And in fact, we've been known to take entire days and just,
Yes.
we're thrifting and have
Yeah.
lunch. And
Yeah.
yes, we have a really good time. It's really good.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about something real quick because you said the pitch workshop.
Yes.
Taryn,
Yes.
what is, if I didn't know, what is a pitch?
A pitch, also known as an elevator pitch, is something that you're going to want to have in your back pocket and ready to go. You're going to want to, it is a 2-line, 3-line summary of your story. And so if I were to have a pitch, let's say for Coop Knows the Scoop, it would
Yep.
be takes place in a small town where when a playground is being renovated, a skeleton is discovered buried underneath the slide. And when the town discovers the identity of the skeleton, they're all shocked because this person supposedly left on their own 40 years ago, but that's obviously not what happened.
Yes, yeah.
And
And you want to present something that is like gripping and grabs the editor or the agent. I know the very first time, and I didn't even know what a pitch was. This was like 25 years ago. Had no clue what I was doing, but I knew that I had to grab the attention of the editor. And I had this idea for a marriage proposal book, like collections of marriage proposal stories and like poetry and what is it, like sonnets, little known facts, trivia, things like that. And so I sat down with the editors and I said, quick, tell me how your parents got engaged. And none of them could. And I said, why is it we tell that story every day until the day we get married and then we never tell it again? And yet it is the story that leads to our lives together as a married couple, to our children being born, our grandchildren, if we have grandchildren at this point, etc. So why not put a collection of stories together and give people an opportunity to tell their stories? And boom, 9 days later, I signed my first contract. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I engaged them. I engaged the editor. Quick, tell me how. Now, in adult fiction, I can tell you this, in adult fiction, it's always about a person. So I would say something like Miss Beth Betancourt is a novel about a woman who is 28 years old in 1962, whose heart has been absolutely shattered, and she's built a wall around it. Then I would go on into the next little bit. But you just got to think quick, and the pitch workshop will teach you how to do that, and
Right.
literally how to give that elevator pitch. And we've had people who have come to the conference who are like not in the, and by the way, we didn't say this, but when you are pitching, you've got these 15-minute free sessions with the editors and agents and freelancers. So, but like walking back to their room, sitting down at lunch or dinner or even breakfast, although some of our editors and agents and freelancers don't come to breakfast because they're just sleeping off the exhaustion from the day before.
Yeah.
But definitely at breakfast and lunch. Or, we had one gal, she ended up with like a 3-book contract, and I think she's already signed like 4, 5, and 6. Just sitting in the hall, and an editor came and sat down next to her and said, "Oh, tell me about your book idea." And they signed her. They signed her. And it was
Yeah.
not even a meeting that they were doing. So you just don't ever know when you're going to run into somebody. You got to be able to say it fast.
You want to have it fast. You want to have it and Edwina gives you a chance to practice with people. And she's like, okay, turn to the person to your left, give them your pitch,
Yeah.
and then you feedback on it. And I don't think I told you the reason it's called an elevator pitch is imagine you're in an elevator. You have the time from when those doors close to when those doors open again for someone to get off to give your pitch. And so it's meant to be short and snappy and like you said, Eva, attention grabbing.
Yes, attention grabbing, 3 sentences, no more, no less.
Yeah.
It's almost like the back cover copy of a book. Like what would you say if you were writing the back cover copy of your book that you want to grab the attention? So all of that is Wednesday. Now, for those of you who are thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm signed up to come in on Tuesday," you're fine. You are
Yeah.
fine. We have
Yeah.
some people who, yeah, I mean, you're flying in, and you want to be there first thing Wednesday morning. You don't live close enough to drive, so you will be able to check in after 6 o'clock p.m. So again, if you're flying in earlier in the day, charming little bedroom communities all around us, but please don't come onto the property. We don't have dinner for you, but we will have breakfast for you if you signed up for Tuesday. If you signed up Wednesday morning through Sunday, we still don't have breakfast for you. That you will start at lunch. So
Yeah, and
keep
you're
that.
because the classes I think start at 10 or at 9, so
Yes.
breakfast is
Yes.
already done. And those of you Tuesday, just to clarify, Eva was talking to those of you who are coming in Tuesday and have not paid to stay on site. Those of you who are coming in Tuesday and you're staying on site, you do have breakfast.
Oh, yes, 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 of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not
Okay.
going to make you go hungry. Bring your own breakfast bar.
Bring your own breakfast. If you're
BYOB.
Wednesday also, and you want, I'm sorry?
I said, no, 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 not really. Because I was saying, bring your own breakfast bar. No, 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 not really.
Don't bring your, I mean, you can.
And Lake Yale has a fabulous breakfast. I mean, just the full Monty. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say full Monty because
Oh, Monty. No.
I think something else. Oh my goodness. Okay. If I could delete
Full
that.
English. It's full English.
It's the full, yeah, it's the full thing. It's yeah, there will be no naked behinds.
No. Everyone's clothed. I promise.
Where that came from, because that's such an old saying. But yeah, bacon, eggs,
Fruit.
grits, oatmeal, fruit,
Yeah.
cereals, breakfast breads. I mean, just yum yum. Yeah,
Lots of stuff.
sausage.
If you're checking in books on Wednesday, again, all that information is found on the website. So you just go to the Florida events. It's a drop-down menu. It says bookstore information. Click there. You can bring in your books on Wednesday. Some of you have said, "Hey, I'm only coming in Friday and Saturday, but I still want to bring in my books. Can I bring my books in on Wednesday?" Absolutely. Just again, that 1:15 time frame.
Yes, and if you are checking in on Tuesday evening, you also can go ahead and check in your books. John and Linda will be there, and you will be able to take care of that at that time. That's kind of lessens the load a little bit for everything else that's going on. So, okay, I think is there anything? Oh yeah, we want to talk about Wednesday night.
Oh yeah. We always have a panel. I always want to call it a debate, and it's not a debate.
It's not a debate.
And it's called Coke Floats and Conversation.
Yes.
And what it is we have
Oh.
our editors and agents
Oh.
stage
Mhm.
and we ask them questions that y'all have sent in, and just kind of say, okay, editor. And I think we used to do one that was just agents and one that was just editors. And I think when we switch them off.
Yeah, we may have like done a combination of the
Right.
two. Yeah,
You
yeah.
anyway, it's 2 rounds. The panel is 2 rounds, and it only lasts like 45 minutes, maybe an
That's
hour,
all.
something like
Yeah.
that. But you get an ice cream float, you get a Coke float or a root beer float, and you just have a seat. And if you finish your float and you want more, go back and get another float. It is a lot of fun. It's really informative. It gets you a little bit more insider information on the agents and editors who are there.
Mhm.
And I totally, this to me is one of the highlights. This and Saturday night are one of the highlights of our conference. So I would encourage y'all to attend. It is free to attend that as well. If you signed
Mhm.
up Wednesday through Saturday, come and join us for
Yes,
the
yes.
closing conversation.
Mhm. And if you have a non-participating family member, they can come in as well. The non-participatings can come in for, the general sessions and any of
Yeah.
the anything like that. So don't worry about that. They can certainly come in and we do have everything kind of, just sparsely set up like a 1950s diner because of the Coke floats. So if you want to dress up as, like in the 1950s, we have a lot of people that do that, saddle Oxfords, poodle skirts. Not the men. Men, please don't wear the poodle skirts. But if you want to wear the biker jacket or the t-shirt with a like fake cigarettes rolled up because you're not allowed to smoke on property. But so anyway, if you want to do that, yeah, you greasers. Anyway, I think that's it for Wednesday, right? We've
That's
talked.
it.
All right, lots going on Wednesday. Just go to the schedule and check it out. It's so much going on that we know it can be confusing. So take your time. If you have any questions, you can email us at Florida, spelled out, Florida, CWC at AOL.com.
Yep.
And we
And
will,
that is the same email address. If you have a question for the panel, use that same email address. And in the subject line, you can just put panel question and send us your
yes,
questions.
please do. That's very important. It seems like there was one more thing I wanted to say. Wonder what it was. I don't know.
We
10 days 10 days with Michelle Medlock Adams and my brain is like scrambled. What can I say? Yeah,
love you,
yeah.
Michelle.
Listen, yeah, love you, Michelle. Yeah, too much fun. And if you don't know Michelle, you will after the conference. Oh, I know that's exactly what I want to say. Not anything about knowing Michelle, but just a note that if you're on the fence about signing up, know a couple of things. One, we do run out of private rooms pretty quickly, and then two, we run out of rooms as well. We do have, hotels and Airbnbs, Verbos in the area. But if you definitely want to stay on property, you can. And if you're like, oh, I just don't have the money right now, but I know I will, go ahead and just put down the deposit, and it'll hold your spot, and that's really important. So, all right, that's it. That's it for now. Bye, everybody.